search function. Here's an add student button. Here is the list of students. Here is here's the result for, this is the name of student, and here is whether they passed or not. Here are their subjects as well as their different grades, and then we have the average. As you can see, some will fail, some will pass, and if we go here, click on add student, we have the ability to add the student's name as well as the different grades that they have. There are two issues with this code, and one of them is the ability. If I search here, the names don't automatically sort up onto the top. It just stays in place and just displays. It shows who or what name has those letters. Or it does work like this. So it does sort through them. It does display the ones that are not part of the list, but it doesn't like automatically sort. Another issue is also as well is the averaging. I don't know why, but the averaging does not display properly. It only displays right for the first three ones, where the rest have inaccurate averages for some reason. Anyways, let's move on to the code. So here, the first thing you can see is the start PHP. So the issue with this one is that the reason why I have this is that whenever I had to reload, I realized that I stored the array in a PHP, and so it's because it doesn't really update dynamically. I had to have a session so that the grade functions are set as well as the subjects, so that whenever I add new students with their name and then their grades, they would actually it will actually save it in the system instead of just immediately being removed the moment the web page is reloaded. As you can see here, we have the different one. We have the body. Here this is just another PHP this is for whenever a new student is added. So it just takes the name and the grades that are set by the user using a form. You'll see that later. And this is just an error check just to make sure that there is actually a name that's set. This is just something to add to the list. Here we have the assign. So it's just for the search bar. So search bar. Then we have a display. The display shows all of the different students using a for each loop. Here you can see it sets them as different buttons with the select student on click. Then here underneath we have the add student button, which calls the add student function. We'll get to that. Here we have the main. So here we have this info. This is just there for styling. Here, this right here, this entire div file, this is a hidden block that holds the information and then the inputs for the add student. So here's the name. You have the form that takes in the student name as well as the different, using a for each it displays, and it also sets the different inputs for each grade based off the session subjects. Here is just the add button. You have the cancel button, so just to close it, hide it again. This right here is just to make sure that the block is always hidden whenever we reload the page or whenever we start up the page. So don't mind this. This is just there just so that there's a default display for the right side box. Here is just the average. here, this is just another index that's used just to track right here the ID grade. Just here for each loop. So here we have this is what determines the little colored box right here. It shows whether they passed or they failed. As you can see the red, green, and then here we have for each loop. This just goes through every grade and shows them. So this entire thing is just purely display. This is display for the right side. Then here, this is the JavaScript. So we have the add student that just displays the block. Here's the one for the cancel, which just makes it hidden again. So for the search bar, this adds a event listener so that whenever we input something, it immediately performs the search function, which is right below it. What the search function does, it basically takes in the input from the search bar, and then it sets it to lowercase so that you can easily search for the input. Here we query all, so it goes through every student button. And for each button that it gets, it will basically just check if the value is equal to. Of course, you set it to lowercase so that it's easier to find a similar value. So this button, it goes through each button, seeing if there's any equivalent. As you can see with the includes. So if it actually finds a certain text that has the value that's written within the search bar, it will actually button still be in display, and for the different buttons that do not satisfy this, it will be hidden using the display none. And moving to the next one, this is the select student. So this is whenever you click on one of the student buttons. So we pass the student's name from the HTML, and then we set as a student name. Here, this is just to transfer the arrays from PHP to JavaScript. Here we have the inner text. So this is just to change the name, and then everything else here. So this here is just similar to the one in the HTML above. It's just to set the average, and then here this display the average. This is the one that displays average. This here calculates the average, and similar to the one on top, this is the one that determines whether the little box shows either a passed or failed. Here, once again, it just shows the grades, and then with that, everything else is just styling. See here, and that's about it, really.